everybody? Dustin Dale's back here once again. I'm at the Funny Bone Comic Club, 168th and Dodge. It is the Village Point Mall. You can't miss it. Come check it out. This weekend, we've got two big acts coming through. We got John Caparulo on the weekend. We got Friday, Saturday, John Caparulo, but opening up for him. And then here on Thursday, as well as Sunday, we got a guy that, well, he knows movies. And then we'll talk a little bit about some movies tonight. His name is Mark Ellis. Appreciate you coming through town, Mark. How you doing, bud?
It is good to see you, Dustin. Speaking of movies, I'm looking at our shot right now. It's like the movie Twins. You get to be Schwarzenegger and I'm DeVito. So
I try what I can do, you know what I mean?
Once again, I get the short end of the stick.
So you're from L.A.?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a kick this weekend, huh?
I grew up around the South because my dad was in the Air Force, so you move around a lot and you get used to cold weather locations. And then I moved to California. Once you've been in California, I think 2.5 years is the cutoff. Anything below 60 degrees feels like Green Bay. I mean, I feel like I'm on the ice world of Hoth right now. I need to slice open a tauntaun and take a long nap, dude.
I'll see if I think we might have a few tauntauns laying around town. I'll see if I can snag you one.
Apparently, you need a lightsaber to cut them open, so come prepared.
Now, there's another thing going on this weekend that you're a big fan of. You like football. You're a big football guy. You talk football. I'm a football guy. I'm a Packers fan myself, so I got faith. I'm not confident, but I got faith. Who's your team?
On behalf of all Redskins fans, congratulations on making it into the playoffs. Y'all just squeaked by us there at the last second. We really dropped the ball against the Giants. And as a lot of you guys know, anytime your team is in the playoff race and you lose on the last day of the regular season, there's a mourning period. You got to go outside, take a long walk, just think about life. But now I'm back. I'm ready to go. I think the Packers and the Giants are going to be the two teams that I would be scared of in the NFC. I think they can get hot, as they've proven in the past, and they're playing each other this weekend. So y'all are in for a fight, man.
I'm very nervous. I was hoping they would get the Seahawks just because they crushed them during the season, but I got faith that they'll beat the Giants. I'm worried about the Cowboys.
Look, if y'all make it to the Cowboys, then Aaron Rodgers better play better than his brother did on the Bachelorette's finale. I mean, look, you guys got to come to play because the Cowboys, as much as every Redskins fan hates the Cowboys, they look really good. They got a young crew. They got a great offensive line. And if Dak Prescott somehow has to leave the game, they have a fresh Tony Romo running in. So they got weapons.
If you were to make a Super Bowl prediction right now, who would you pick?
I think that's tough. I'm going to go with the Patriots are just too good. I think the Pats are going to get there, and because I'm talking to a Packers fan right now, I'm going to say the New York Giants.
Of course.
I got to bring you down a peg, man. I'm a Redskins fan, and I'm bitter right now. So I think it's another Pats-Giants Super Bowl. This time I think the Pats finally get them, and they get 2-1 in the Super Bowl matches.
Now, you're a big movie guy. You actually host a weekly podcast. Tell me about the podcast.
Me and my buddy Christian Harloff, we created a show called Schmoes. No, it originally just started as like a fun YouTube channel where we could talk movies, where now we're technically certified critics on Rotten Tomatoes, but we like to come at it from the everyman angle. We don't want to talk down to our fans. We just want to have a fun conversation about movies. And so we both are fans of the same kind of movies, but being a movie critic, you get to see everything. And it opens your eyes to these whole new experiences. So, of course, I would love to go see all the comic book movies and Star Wars films, but getting to see these Oscar movies, something like a Moonlight or like a Patriots Day, it's really exciting to get that more of a robust flavor when you go to the theater, and I hope that it has an impact on our fans, that there's other movies out there that aren't the big blockbusters that everybody should check out.
What would be some good Oscar contenders that maybe people haven't seen? I mean, most people have seen La La Land at this point. But what are some other ones that people need to watch?
What's funny is, obviously something like Moonlight is great. Manchester by the Sea is another one. There's a movie directed by one of the best directors, most famous guys of all time, Martin Scorsese, that not a lot of people are talking about, and it's called Silence. It's a really well-made film, and I think that can come to play, too.
How does his movie Silence rank among some of his older stuff?
I mean, look, it's so hard to compare a movie like Silence, which takes place in Japan in the 1600s, to Goodfellas or Raging Bull. It's like there's not any Rolling Stones in the soundtrack here, so you wouldn't even know it's Scorsese making it. But I think that's the mark of a great filmmaker, when they can take themselves out of the movie. They can take their ego out of it, and they don't have to put their stamp on it. Scorsese also did a great movie called Hugo, which you watch Hugo, and it's kind of like a love letter to films all the way dating back to the early 1900s. You would not know that Scorsese, but because it's a great movie, you can tell somebody with a lot of talent made this.
Very true. Very true. Now, there's a lot of movies out there that people watch, but there's also some good TV. You watch any good TV these days?
Yeah, I mean, I try to catch TV when I can. I have a steady diet of, obviously, ESPN and Family Guy. That's my bread and butter. Something I really enjoyed is on Netflix, and it's called Stranger Things. I know a lot of people are talking about it. It's got that great 80s nostalgia that I know hits guys like us right in the gut because we grew up doing that time. We were the guys riding bikes, making forts, you in colder weather than me, but still. And it's just a really cool show. If you have not checked out Stranger Things, I highly, highly recommend it.
The Golden Globes are coming up Sunday.
Yeah.
I'd be a fool not to talk to you about that. What's your pick for the winner for Golden Globes?
For Golden Globes, for Best Picture overall, I think, well, obviously the Golden Globes has like 9 different categories. So musical comedy, you got to give it to La La Land. I think for a serious drama, I think Moonlight could sneak in there. Yeah, and you know, the Golden Globes, it's a fun practice day for the Oscars where all the celebrities see how drunk they can get on camera. So it's a fun show to watch. It's a more fun ceremony than the Oscars, but obviously not as prestigious. So you at home, follow suit. Have a couple beers, enjoy the Golden Globes, and don't take them too seriously.
Now, as a critic, have you ever had the chance to go to the Golden Globes or the Oscars?
I've been invited to some really cool things. I've never covered the Oscars. My buddy Christian has covered the Oscars, and he got in the talks, and I think he got a nice tan for it too. And I never really cared about going to the ceremonies. What's really fun is the premieres. Like, we get to go to the Star Wars premieres now pretty much every year. We got to go to Force Awakens. We got to go to Rogue One. We got a nice tux. We got a limo. We got the whole thing. Funny thing is, the Force Awakens premiere last year, we pull up in a limo, and when you rent a limo, you get to be in the limo line. And so there's all these fans waiting outside. The limo in front of us, door opens, Harrison Ford gets out. Ooh. The crowd goes crazy. The next limo to come out, first guy out of the limo, this guy. I get out, the fans are like, ah. And then one guy says, "We love you, Mark." And that was it. So a little bit of a humbling experience, but it was it's really one of the top 10 memories of my entire life, that Force Awakens premiere.
Now, did Rogue One compare better or worse than episode number 7, do you think?
I loved Rogue One. I loved it. I thought it was a great war movie. It was really intense. You felt the desperation of the rebellion. You felt the power of the Empire. And obviously seeing some characters that we know from the classic trilogy was a great bonus. I didn't love it as much as Force Awakens. I think Force Awakens meant so much to me. Seeing our classic heroes on screen again was such like a powerful experience for me. But Rogue One, that's a damn good movie. And it's really important in the Star Wars continuity because now we can have these standalone stories that don't need to rely on the episodic adventures we get. So we're going to be getting a lot of Star Wars movies for a long time, and I think we're off to a great start.
That was another question I had. There's going to be a Star Wars movie every single year going forward, at least as far as we can tell. Are they going to get burnt out?
I don't think they're going to get burnt out because they're going to be coming out around Christmas time. And if you're a Redskins fan, you need something to cheer you up around the holiday season. So, I mean, they were looking at releasing the standalone Han Solo movie where we're going to get a younger Han Solo. That was originally looked at to come out in May when the classic trilogy came out in the late 70s and early 80s. They started to go away from that. So it looks like every Star Wars movie is going to be coming out around the holiday season. It just feels like a family kind of event. You want to take your friends and family to go see Star Wars and celebrate that and the season of giving all in one nice package.
Now, this weekend, you're opening up for John Caparulo as well. You guys go on the road together, is that right?
Yeah, we're really good buddies, and the way we look at it is we just really want to do great comedy for 90 minutes at a clip. John is a guy who really helped look after me a little bit when I got hired at the world-famous Comedy Store in Los Angeles. So I was working the phones. He was coming up doing, he was one of the best comics on the lineup night after night, and I really liked watching him and learning a lot, and we became buddies. We talk a lot about football, talk a lot about Family Guy, talk a lot about whatever in between, and he's a great dude. He's a great comic, and that's what we want to bring to the rest of the nation. And when we go overseas, if we ever do that, we love making y'all laugh. We want you to hurt, not too much, but we just want to when you do crunches for the first time, like on January 1st, everybody's in the gym and they're doing crunches again. Then January 2nd, you're like, oh, what the hell did I do to myself? We want to put that feeling. We want to put the January 2nd feeling in your tummy.
Very nice. Well, make sure you come check him out. His name is Mark Ellis. How can I keep in touch with you this weekend?
You guys can just follow me on Twitter at Mark Ellis Live, and you guys can also check out Christian and I's YouTube channel, Schmoes Know. Go there, subscribe, and be a member of Schmoville.
Make sure you come out to the Funny Bone this weekend, all weekend long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He'll be here. John Caparulo will be here as well. Make sure you come check him out. Mark, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Do your Schwarzenegger impression and sign off.
Take care, guys. You come out to the Funny Bone and have fun with Mark. Goodbye.